Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This is your moon reading for when it is in Pisces and the sun is in Cancer. I always publish these right around the time that the moon moves into that, and it stays usually in that sign for about 2.5 days. So that's how you know if time-wise it's irrelevant reading, if that matters to you. So this is just a little 6-card reading. I will do an intuitive interpretation at the end. Look for the timestamp below to find that if you want to skip the part where I read from the author's books, the interpretation of the card. So in the center, we're going to start with a top card, and its card below it will be its kind of helper card. And the question that we're asking this card is, how can my emotions reflect higher states of consciousness? And from the Moon Oracle deck, we have dual for when the moon is in the 21st mansion. So let's see what we've got here. 2 well-matched male wrestlers struggle to throw each other. Their legs and arms are locked in combat, neither one able to take advantage of the other. The red figure represents the planet Mars, and the golden figure represents the sun. Black hills rise up in the distance. Traditionally, the moon traveling through this mansion was recommended as a suitable time to begin a divorce. In the Hindu zodiac, the moon in this mansion favored military men, hunting instincts, and indicated sexual excess. The planet Mars and the sun, both symbols of creative life energy and competitiveness, battle in the fiery sign of Sagittarius, suggesting a clash between self-will and authority. The sun represents the powerful, dominating father figure, and Mars the extrovert, wayward son. Both believe themselves to be absolutely in the right, and neither will surrender to the other at any cost. They have reached an impasse. If you draw this card, healthy aggression is stimulated, and the desire to win at all costs predominates. The only 2 possibilities in your current situation are to yield or prepare to get hurt in the fight. The black hills in the image denote an unknown outcome. So this card is about competitive action and a clash of 2 opposing views. Now, the card coming in to help it is Higher Meaning from the Mudras deck. It is about being profound. It's the Panava Mudra, the gesture of self-realization. What is the meaning of life? What is the sense in all the challenges which we have to face and the blows of fate which buffet us time and again? I find the yoga philosophy to be a help in approaching these questions. It teaches us that we can instill meaning into our lives by setting ourselves tasks which help us to inner growth, wisdom, and integrity, as well as through prayer and meditation, which bring us closer to the divine. We will certainly never get to the bottom of it all, but that in itself makes sense. Place your thumbs at the base of the little fingers with your hands in front of your solar plexus and facing forward. Say or sing the following affirmation with fervor. My life and all that I do here and now are the expression of a deeper meaning. That might be my favorite card in that deck. Okay, so our next card will be addressing how can I ground higher energies to manifest an enlightened reality. And from the Sacred Sites deck, we have Angkor Wat. This is about release. The temples at Angkor were built by the illustrious Khmer civilization, which founded an empire in Southeast Asia that lasted for 600 years. To link humanity to the divine, the amazing structure of Angkor Wat was aligned with the movements of the sun, the moon, and the stars in many different ways. Stories of mysterious sanctuaries built by the gods have been passed down through the centuries. This largest religious monument in the world was built as a royal Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu. But in the late 13th century, it became associated with Theravada Buddhism. Does this resonate with something in your or your family's past? Do you know the stories of your ancestors? Explore them and be open to the possibility that this history will not be as you expect. And to accompany that last message from the Essential Oils deck, we have Grapefruit. Its main theme is nourishment. Its trigger statement is, it's all my fault. And its true statement is, I see what I truly need. Your energetic body needs nourishment. So begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body and the way it supports you. And then the last set of cards on the right, we're asking the question, how can connecting to the higher dimensions of reality help myself and others evolve? And we have Gabriel from the Angels of Atlantis deck with the theme of benediction. Gabriel wishes you to know that many blessings are sent to you from the angelic kingdoms. Simply yield to this. Don't resist. Just let go. The joy and love you will receive, as flow directly from the source, will surpass anything else you may experience. These feelings are the virtues that will always be received in the holy instant of benediction. The angel's service is to be a loving conduit for the divine, lifting away any challenge you may experience. Fear makes us unaware of the angels. Surrender the grip of fear and your blessings will accrue. Say a prayer like Hail Mary, full of grace, as a song to the divine feminine, illuminating the nature of your connection with the holy ones. And the last card relative to this message from the angel deck is from the Rainbow Oracle. It's uncertainty. You seem to be feeling uncertain about things in your life at the moment. Things are not as clear as you would like them to be. And you may feel that you do not have all the information you need. Now is not the time to make hasty decisions. Take a little time to step back and evaluate things and mull it over. Clarity will come, but patience is required. It is okay to stop and take your time with things. There is no need to rush ahead and make decisions that you're not ready to make. Meditate on this color and accept that this period of uncertainty will soon pass. connect with the affirmation linked to this card to bring in new clarity. Every day, new clarity enters my life. So let's have a listen to what I'm getting intuitively here. For some reason, I start with this idea of struggling with something that may feel like the archetype of the devil, if one were to believe in that energy. There is something that feels almost Spanish and vulnerable and innocent and classical in this sort of wrestling. And if it's not wrestling, it's just a very like awkward embrace, like you can't quite embrace it. So maybe it's just this sense of an inability of one that is innocent, one that is pure, to fully be able to embrace the devil, should it be trying to do that to you, that you can never fully be wrestled into submission or locked into that, because you are, in a way, more just divine or protected by your innocence. There's something about needing to focus on what the, like a higher, maybe there's someone in your life that you can listen to that it speaks from the divine feminine viewpoint, something that can be shared to you that's quite higher energy, that you need to go towards, that will bring a little light to you. So I just get this feeling of needing to seek counsel from maybe a wise energy in your life of the feminine. I'm seeing sort of this mundane reality of people caught in a ever spinning duel of like tug and war and aggression, and who has the power and who wants the power, and that there are structures there. There's some sort of like actual physical bureaucratic structure there that is not helping whatsoever to alleviate this daily struggle of existence and who maintains the power. But yet there is something higher, aware of what's going on, that is watching, that holds the wisdom, that is in itself kind of like in its own it's in its own power, and it doesn't really, I almost feel like it's disregarding what is going on in the earthly existence and saying the power is in balancing the female and the masculine. And it's like there's something so powerful in that it can almost be an energy that's dangerous, but if balanced just right, it has the most profound ability and the most profound presence to be a source of power and righteousness in our existence. I'm also getting that there may be issues around nourishment and perhaps a need for, a fair distribution of our earthly resources amongst one another. And this just feeling of needing to be blessed and needing to connect, needing to receive from something higher than ourselves, and to be nourished by the insight that can be given from that source, to help alleviate any type of worry and mistrust and just energy that feels unsettled and displaced for the most part. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for us. That's a pretty heavy message. So do join me again. I release a reading like this every time our moon changes into a different sign of the zodiac wheel. Until then, I'm wishing you well, sending you love, and hoping for as much joy as possible in your reality. Take care, my friends.